The false claim that I will be focusing on today is Trump's claim regarding the 2020 election, saying that he did not accept the results of the 2020 election due to voter fraud. Trump said, quote, "I would have much rather accepted these, but the fraud and everything else was ridiculous." This claim is fraudulent, and lies such as this led to the January 6th Capitol attack. I use sources recommended by the College of Staten Island. These include factcheck.org, The Washington Post, and Snopes.com to help disprove his claims. From factcheck.org, the article, "The President's Trumped-Up Claims of Voter Fraud," helps to disprove the accusations regarding voter fraud via mail-in ballots. Trump claimed that the mail-in ballots were, quote, "fraudulent in many cases." This is untrue, as instances of voter fraud by mail-in ballots are relatively rare, as confirmed by voting experts. Also, voting experts describe the verification process because it is the same for absentee and mail-in ballots. Overall, there is no evidence to support Trump's claim of corruption in mail-in ballots. Another source is from the Washington Post with an article called "A Second Firm Hired by the Trump Campaign Found No Evidence of Election Fraud." The firm, led by Ken Block, studied more than a dozen voter fraud theories and allegations and found them all to be false, and there being no substantive voter fraud uncovered. On top of this, the firm also interviewed employees from the Berkeley Research Group and produced a 29-page report undermining false claims, such as there being, quote, "an extensive number of dead voters." This article further highlights that even the Trump campaign's efforts to support their own claims of election fraud end in failure, as the lies are too great. The last article from Snopes.com is entitled, "There's Still No Evidence of Systemic Voter Fraud in the 2020 Election." This article highlights outside legal groups' efforts to discredit Trump's lies about there being voter fraud. The Campaign Legal Center, a nonpartisan voting rights group, investigated every lawsuit that the Trump campaign filed over the election being, quote, "stolen," in which Trump won 0 cases. They even found that in some cases had to be dismissed because fraud could not be proven by the lawyers. The Brookings Institute, a prestigious think tank, also debunked a falsehood by the Heritage Foundation, a conservative nonprofit that claimed that there were over 1,500 instances of proven voter fraud in the U.S. In actuality, these cases were from decades ago, and that was not an accurate representation of present-day voting collection. In every article, voting fraud allegations were disproven and fact-checked incredibly thoroughly. This goes to show that the kind of impacts, such as fraudulent claims, particularly by Trump, have on our country and affect our political society. Thank you.